So guys, next we are going to install, or next we are going to create a new project, Angular project. So how to do that is, you need to open the CMD, right? What you need to type is the command ng, is Angular, new, and you need to type your project name. So I'm going to say Angular project, right? Let's say basic Angular. So once you hit this command, it asking you to you want to add the routing. So yes, routing is we need. So I will explain you about what is this routing and all. First set up this, and after that it is asking you to select a style sheet format. So CSS is there, CSS is there, SAS is there, and less is there. In this case I'm going to pick this CSS. So now you can able to see these are the files get basically created, and after that installing the packages, right? So it will take a little bit of time to install the packages and all. So once it's done, we will have a look how the structures and all looks like. Okay, now it get created successfully. Now what I'm doing is I'm going to open this newly generated Angular project. So to do that, I'm going to use cd basic Angular. Now I'm inside this basic Angular project, so which is generated couple of seconds ago. What I'm doing is I'm going to use this code dot command. So you know what, VS Code. So VS Code is also required. So IDE you can pick this. So integrated development environment. So IDE, anything you can pick. But in this entire series, I'm going to use Visual Studio Code. So if you are not yet installed Visual Studio Code, open this, search it on Google, Visual Studio Code, and then you can able to see the first result, Visual Studio Code editing tool. So you can click this download for Windows. So if you want to install for Mac OS, you can do select from this drop down and you can download it, right? So VS Code is the one I'm going to use, right? So yep, sorry. So now you can able to see I open through this CLI command. After entering code dot command, it is opening my project inside the VS Code, right? Now let's see what are the folders look like and the structures look like in this newly generated Angular project, right? So you can able to see first package.json and the package-lock.json, right? So this is basically very important, you need to know. That is basically includes the dependency and dev dependency. Dependencies is basically required to install up and running this Angular project. So dev dependency is basically a development dependency. So when you are doing a development, you must need these kind of dependency. And the same you can able to see the version of the Angular package or the project version. Basically you can able to see inside this dev dependency, that is 16.2.5, right? Likewise, this is basically dependencies and dev dependencies. Apart from that, you can able to see the script. So the script object, you can able to see ng is there and start command is there, and that is when you do npm start or ng serve, right? So it will get start. So normally everybody is know about how to start the Angular application is npm run start. So when you do this npm run start, what happen is it will call this ng serve. Likewise, if you want to build this bundle file, you can always type in the command called npm run build. So in this case, it will call ng build, right? So that's how it is. So let me show you how it's work basically. Let me start this Angular first project. So npm start. Now you can see the command is basically ng serve. It will take little bit time to get up this server, basically local development environment. And meantime, let's talk about this Angular package.json log. So if you don't know about what is this package.json and package-lock.json, the usage of these two, so there is a dedicated video I have created for what is this package.json and Angular JSON, lock.json. So check it out, that video. Then you can get more insight about the difference between these both two files, right? Now it's get compiled, and now our live development environment is up and running in the port number localhost 4200, right? So this is when we are copy this one and paste it on our browser, we can see our application, right? So let's do that now. Voila. Right, so this is what basically it shows like a bit ugly because I'm using this dark reader, that's why. But if you're off this dark reader, then you can able to see this is our first template which we can able to see after creating and up and running our local development environment, right? So new project, Angular Universal and PW support and add dependencies and watch days and build for productions. So all the comments are given here. And if you want to learn about Angular, you can click and learn about this Angular. If you want to know about CLI documentation, you can click this CLI documentation and get to know about more details about the CLI, right? Likewise, you can able to see Angular materials. So it's basically a component library which is developed by Google, and you can able to see the badges and the bottom sheet button, all the things you can able to see through this Angular material. But you know what, there's so many component libraries are available for this Angular, like PrimeNG is one of the mostly used one, and Google material also using. But I always like to go with PrimeNG because I really like, because PrimeNG also another what you can say component library. You can able to see many component like what Angular or material also giving. Likewise here you can see auto completes. There's so many things, you can check it out later, so if you are really interested. But anyway, I'm not going to touch at the moment. Let's go back to our template again. So this is how it's look like basically, right? So let's go back to our code base and the structures. You can able to see we already talked about package.json and package-lock.json. And let's open about Angular JSON. So Angular JSON is basically all the configurations. This is basically Angular project. The Angular JSON is for the configuration. This guy is know what need to be done and what are the configurations. If we want to set up any configuration for the production, so basically you're not able to see the environment file, because you know what, after Angular 15 they remove this environment control, because you know what, the environment, why we need this environment file is if you, let's assume you have a multiple environment like a QA environment and dev environment and production, how to manage those things is through this environment file. So that is removed at the moment from the after Angular 15. But if you want still that environment file and all, you can easily generate using this ng generate command. So let me add that as well here, ng generate environment. So what this command will do is, okay, generate. Okay, let me take a look this generating environment. Okay, it's environments. Sorry, I forgot that. ng generate environment, right? So once it get installed, once it done, what happen is you can able to see in the src the environment file. Now the development and the ts files is included here. And if you want to maintain all the things, look at this. At the moment it get updated, so that's the reason you can able to see the file replacement here. So this is very important. So but after Angular 15 it's get removed when you are generating a new project, right? So that is there, and all the configurations related to the project you can do with the Angular JSON. So this is the main place, and you can set up the size of the bundle. It cannot be maximum this kind of size. If it is increased, you can able to show the errors, and also likewise many configuration you can able to see. And also guys, here you can see assets and the styles, right? So if it is a build, so if you do the building, that means the bundling the project, right? So for the production purpose, right? So here is the place if you install any third-party libraries, or what you can say third-party component library, or if you have any external style sheets, you can able to edit on these assets. If you have the asset files, and if you want to add any styles, you can edit here as well. So I'm talking about build. And if you want to add in the locally, or for the development or testing and all, so you need to place the same thing, whatever you pasted in the style, you need to do the same thing in the rest of the place as well. So keep that in mind. Now let's open the index.html. So in the src, you can able to see index.html file here. So for this entire project, only one index.html file is exists, and here you can able to see the title, and in the body you can able to see app road. So where it come from is, if you expand this app, you can able to see app module. So keep in mind guys, so for the Angular project definitely has a one module, that is the root module. So the root module is this one. You can able to see, if you go to app component ts, you can able to see this is what the root component is. So the selector, so this is basically the decorator. So decorator include the selector, template URL, and the style URL. So selector is the app root that we mention in the index.html here in the body. Now when the application is get load, what happen is it always first load the app root component ts file, right? So here in the template URL, you can able to see it belongs to app.component.html. So if I click this app component HTML, you can see a kind of HTML snippet and the style. That is basically the template which we saw after running our local development environment, right? So this is the template. And when we talk about the style URL, you can able to see app component SCSS. So this is basically one component. So basically SCSS. So this is a style one, right? So when we are generating a component, right? So basically Angular is a component architecture. You can think about everything as a component, right? So when we are generating a component, you can able to see these three these three snippet, or these three code lines. One is a selector, template URL, and the style URL, right? So this is basically the root one. And also you can able to see we have this app module TS. So app module TS is basically the main module for this root module. So we have the root, and root has definitely a one module. So that it has this declaration. So whatever the component we are generating here, we need to declare, because then only Angular know about this component. Otherwise it's saying it's not validating. So basically it will giving you a error, right? So browser module is basically it's coming with the browser module. It's basically what we can say. So if you talk about the browser modules, like, yeah, so which means the browser module is used for basically for the directive like ngif, ngFor. Likewise, these are the things are basically included in the browser module. So more details you can find out in their official documentation why we use this browser module. So that's the reason. They will include all the informations like what is browser module and all. And if you want to know more details like more informations, you can use this chat OpenAI, so chat GPT. So you can simply ask what is the use of browser module in the Angular. So if you ask the question like that, so it will saying what is the use of this browser module. So here you can see bootstrapping this model, and Angular usually app module. It provides necessary configuration service bootstrapping. So likewise, these directives, everything are included if you are importing this browser module. So this is really helpful. You know what, if you are learning solo, right? So if you are learning everything by yourself, referring to the videos and all, so ChatGPT is also one kind of a mentor. You can ask any questions which you have. It will answer to the questions, right? So that's how it is. So browser module is there, and the app routing module also import in the import array. So app routing module. So what is this app routing module? App routing module is basically the place where we defining our routing. So this is for root mean this is only for root module, and if you have multiple routings and all with the child module, you can able to add this router module for child. So it's basically differ with the usage of the modules and all, because this is our main module, so that's the reason it's coming with the for root, right? So that's there. So if we want to add the routing here, so here is the place where we add these routing things, right? So at the moment we don't have any things to add here, but I just keep it as it is. So I'm not going to use this one. But here is the place where we adding the routings, and you can able to see other one is in the app module is bootstrapping. So bootstrapping is basically, so yeah, the bootstrap module we mentioned this is in the app component. So if you open this main TS file, you can able to see we bootstrapping the app module. So app module, why we in the main TS file you can able to see bootstrap module. So why we mentioning this app module as a bootstrap module is this guy is checking all the dependencies and the imports and all, and after that it getting created our application for get up and running. So that's the reason then in the main TS file you can mention in this app module, because the app module consists of all the things, right? So you can able to see if you again open this app module, if you have, let's say, if you have a multiple declaration or component you define, and if you import many things like browser module, app module, and other libraries and all, and these all are referring to this main TS, adding to this app module. So because it's imported here, when we are up and running the application, it check this app module and get compiled all the JavaScript the required dependencies, and after that it's get up and running the what our Angular application. So that's what basically it's doing basically. So this is the reason the main TS file. So main TS is basically for bootstrapping the module, right? So if I talk about this app module TS, and here you can see bootstrap array. So we specify when these are the bootstrap, uh, when we up and running and compiling this, uh, if we mention this in the bootstrap array, the component name, so then this guy know, so this is the component first we need to display when the up and running is happen. So that's the reason we mentioned that is in the bootstrap array, right? So main ts file is basically for doing the bootstrap process in the Angular. So that's pretty much about these Angular structures.